Hello and welcome to my latest walkthrough. This one's for a new game, and it's one written by Paul Jenkinson of the Spectrum Show fame, and it's his game Antiquity Jones, which is featured on his show quite a few times. First out, as always, I always give a shout out to someone, so I'm going to give a shout out today to someone else who puts Spectrum content onto YouTube, which is the guy who runs the Spectrum Forever site. On there his name's Sinclair Ferranti. Don't know his real name, but that is a site well worth checking out. I'd advise anyone to go and have a look and check out that site. But given that the game's already started and we're a few screens into it, let's start talking about the game. So it's a great game by Paul. I played it a bit and thought this is a bit tough, and then thought, hold on, I've managed to do Manic Miner, so I must be able to do this. What you've got to do is get basically from left to right, avoiding the baddies and picking up extra bottles of energy. And it's a strange game in that I think it's the first half's actually harder than the second half. So the story is that you're Antiquity Jones and you've been conned in almost to looking for some kind of ancient cup or grail or something like that. Sorry Paul, I can't remember the exact backstory. And to do this you've got to make your way through a jungle and caves and pick it up. And as you do that you encounter many things which will drain your energy. But luckily on nearly every screen there's a bottle of energy, there's one there, that you can pick up and boost your energy. Now what you find you have to do is you don't have to pick up all the bottles to do this, but you really need to keep an eye on your energy. And as you're going to get the grail, your energy will slowly decrease as you move along the game. However, once you've got it, it only decreases if you touch something. So as I say, that actually makes it a lot easier getting back. And this point that I'm at here, just after halfway, is the biggest gap between the bottles of any part of the screen. So this halfway point, the halfway point going's the hardest part, and actually the first half, all getting to the grail, is also the hardest part as well. So as you go through the great game, you encounter snakes and buzzy things, and you have to go up ropes, climb ropes, jump over things, all that kind of stuff. And where are we now? We're just over halfway now. As I say, the difficulty doesn't so much, it does ramp up a bit. So the first few screens are quite easy, and then I think it gets a bit tricky. But once you get the hang of it, it's not too bad. And in a way, this is like another game that actually I want to try and complete sometime. Put on here, Wheelie. In Wheelie, you have to find the Ghost Rider, and as you go along, you can pick up fuel. But if you pick up all the fuel, there's none left for the journey back. Now remember, when I first came into this room, this is really difficult. These falling boulders can really get you sometimes. One thing you have, a really nice effect, is where you're kind of climbing over those ropes like that, where you're hanging upside down. I think that's excellent actually. It's a really good effect where you do that. You're kind of hanging down and climbing over the ropes. So nearly at the end, only have 2 energy left. As I said, your energy goes down in the first half of the game when you're going towards the secret bottle, so you need to keep replenishing it, replenishing your energy at regular intervals. Well, snakes aren't hard, and we're coming into the final piece now, so there it is. Again, more of these falling boulders, which are my least favourite obstacle in the game. There we go. We have the sacred cup. So now the energy won't go down unless we touch something, which is really good. That makes a big difference to the game. As I say, getting back's probably easier than getting there. I did find a bug in the game. It was quite interesting. It's in a couple of screens' time. Just for anyone else who's playing this game, and I think other people have completed it, but what I found is there's one room that if you jump into, and I don't know why, I think the way the room's laid out, you feel like you should jump into it. The game freezes, you get stuck. The other thing, and again, a bit like Wheelie, what you find is some bottles are easier to collect on the way back, so it's better to leave some certain ones. Yeah, the hang upside down effect. Great one, that Paul really liked it. It's this room. So if you jump into this room on the next level up, so if you go through here, if you jump in from there, the game freezes. You get stuck in the ground and you can't move. One of the good things about this game is it tells you when you're halfway. I like games that do things like that. Make it a lot easier. And there are a few little places where you can get stuck in this game. So you kind of fall down a pit and can't get back out of them. I'll point some of them are up quite early on actually. It can be quite unforgiving, this game, especially early on. I'll see if I can find a piece that I can show you. And when you do that, obviously I complete the game so I don't get stuck down any holes that you can't get out of in this run through. Halfway back. Yeah, I think if you look down below there's two of those white spiky things. I think that second one there, if you fell down there you wouldn't be able to jump back out. There's a couple of pits like that. There's one quite near the start. It's real pain. I can decide to go over the top here. It's much easier when you don't lose energy. Oh, let's drop down and turn back. I like this one. This is. I think there's other games. It's a bit Jet Set Willy like. In the Jet Set Willy you get rooms where you get arrows coming through. I didn't swing over the rope. Nearly there. There's only a few screens left to go. You get nice message at the end. I always like it when you get a nice message at the end of a game. There, that pit there. The two pits there, either side of that snake, they're ones that you can fall down and can't get out. To glory. Well, we've gone and got our glory. The interesting effect, this is one of those games where you can move in midair, so if you stop, you can stop and start and control your movement in midair, which of course is totally unrealistic physics, but very useful in games. And there we go. And Show Jones. You return the treasure and it's back to civilization, but for how long? Okay, I hope you enjoyed that. Goodbye till next time. Thank you very much, and of course to check out Paul's channel and his game.